Welcome back to another episode of the Ukrainian Military History Podcast. My name is Sam Cook. I'm the founder of the Ukrainian Military History Institute, the co-host here of the Ukrainian Military History Podcast, where we examine Ukrainian military history, its impact on the world, on the world that we live in today, especially all the way from the beginning to today's war in Russia. We're trying to connect the themes of Ukrainian military history and traditions from the ancient times all the way until what we're seeing in terms of their innovation and performance on the battlefield today, because it has a huge impact on world history. And today's episode is back to our history of the current war. It is an examination of the beginning of the war, which is now 4 years later, is definitely part of the historical record. And specifically, this is a special episode following on the three-part series that we've done with Ievgen Malik, myself, and Rob Lee, interviewing him about his background and his riveting story about serving in the 36th Marines at the Battle of Mariupol, all the way through to his time in Russian captivity, where he spent 2.5 years there. Now, this episode is where Ievgen actually gets together with his old colleague and friend, Shaun Pinner, who's a very famous Marine, also former British soldier who joined the Ukrainian Marines and became a Ukrainian Marine, got his residence and citizenship here in Ukraine, and fought for Ukraine in 2022 alongside Ievgen in a different unit in the same brigade at the Battle of Mariupol. And they got to know each other actually in Russian captivity. There's some amazing and powerful and riveting stories about their time together in captivity, and where they share their memories of that. And I think one of the things that you'll get from this is the military can have some incredibly challenging and tough moments, but also the camaraderie that it builds among those who share that, especially going through something as difficult as Russian captivity, really forms bonds that last a lifetime. And watching Ievgen and Shaun share their experiences and what it's like for them to reconnect after that and remain friends is really an interesting story. So really hope that you enjoy this and reflect on what it means to serve and sacrifice for something that you believe in, and for your comrades like Ievgen and Shaun and all of those who served alongside them did. So this is a really powerful episode. I hope you enjoy it. And before you start watching this, I just want to remind you that this podcast is produced and sponsored by the Ukraine, the Borderlands Foundation here in Ukraine, which has two main initiatives. The first one is the Ukraine Military History Institute, where we obviously host this podcast, but we're also building a Ukraine military history course that we're going to teach to the world, both for university graduate students, but more broadly, anyone who wants to learn about and get familiar with and learn from Ukrainian military history traditions, because I really believe it's a unique way of fighting that comes from this part of the world for very important reasons, historically, geographically, culturally, and just the sheer number of military conflicts that have happened in this part of the world creates a unique culture and military history tradition I think we all will benefit learning from. And also another thing that we do is the Heroes of Ukraine tour. We show people the battlefields of Ukraine that have already passed, the Battle of Kiev, Kherson, and other regions. And we're getting ready to develop that tour for when widespread travel is possible here in Ukraine in the future, after some kind of ceasefire or the current war ends. So the other center initiative we have is the Ukraine Center for Traumatic Stress, led by Major General Vladislav Klitschkov, a former commander of the Moral Psychological Support Forces of Ukraine under General Zaluzny, researching and developing education on breakthrough treatments for PTSD for Ukrainian veterans. And if you want to support any of those initiatives, please go to our website and see where you can get involved to help us, because our mission at the Borderlands Foundation is making sure Ukraine's heroes are never forgotten. So with that, please enjoy this episode where Ievgen Malik and Shaun Pinner reflect on their experiences, the Battle of Mariupol together, and also in Russian captivity before both of them were finally and thankfully released back to us.
Hello everyone, my name is Yevgeny, and we are making another podcast episode with another guest whom I truly respect so much, because this is a veteran of Ukrainian and British army together, the truly alien of Ukraine, and my friend with whom I used to serve in one battalion. And we are making our podcast episodes about history of Russian-Ukrainian war. And Shaun, you made a great job in our army. You was one of the hero of Ukraine and Britain as well. And I would like to speak with you about all your experience. First of all, to find out your story in Britain, and how did you find yourself in Ukrainian army? Because this is
how long we have.
Yes, this is strange. I'm sorry. I remember I will tell my story about English guys in our battalion from the very first moment I've seen you guys.
Yeah.
But we will come to this. Please tell me about yourself. Where are you from? What is your native city? What is your favorite football club? And etc.
Well, I'm from London originally, born and bred in London. My favorite team is West Ham United. It always has been. I will talk about it later, because we had a situation in Captivity where I was electrocuted because I didn't support Shakhtar Donetsk. And I said West Ham, but I didn't say ham. But it's I was with these cattle prod things.
Sorry, probably I would electrocute you as well, because I'm willing for Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah, no. So I'm a London team. I originally came to Ukraine. I was at a position in my life where my son went to university, and I run a successful business in the UK. And I really didn't know if I wanted to spend the next 20 years of my working career doing the job I was doing. I was deeply unhappy. I found myself on my own quite a bit. And some of the happiest times I had was with my military colleagues, and I had friends still coming to Ukraine because of the problems with Russia. And when my friend sort of asked me, "Do you want to come over to Ukraine?" I said, "Why? Why do I want to fight Russians?" And I said I knew exactly what they were capable of. I come from a 9-year background in the British military. I did covert operations platoon in Northern Ireland and counter-terrorism work. Mm-hmm. I was with the United Nations in Bosnia twice in the early 90s. Part of my training, I was reconnaissance. So I spent a lot of my army career in surveillance, and my specialty was resistance training, SEER, survival, evade, resist, and escape. And on a second operation to Bosnia, I was given the opportunity to go to America and do SEER training, which I loved. And that taught me about what it was like if you were captured by the enemy, how to resist interrogation, how to make things work for you, to better adjust yourself into that environment and give you the best possible chance to survive. I just didn't think I'd be using these skills 30 years later.
Just wondering, did it help you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. From the minute we tried to get out of Mariupol, I'll go back because first of all, I don't want to jump ahead. I was literally came over to Ukraine in 2018, and I didn't understand the political situation fully, but once I made the decision to come visit some friends, I didn't go home for maybe 5 years. So I literally initially went to see my friends in Mariupol, who said, we are looking for instructors to reform the Ukrainian military after the annexation of Crimea and the invasion. And I fell in love.
Them, from which?
I was National Guard in Azov. I was a sniper instructor with Azov for 2 years, working with Azov on the front lines. And then I only transferred to the Marines, where I met yourself, because National Guard at that time, you couldn't be a citizen of Ukraine. You couldn't have a contract, because you weren't a citizen of Ukraine. So I had to make a transition, because by this time I'd met my wife in Mariupol. I'd been living there for 2 or 3 years. I learned Suzik, Russian mainly, because I had no formal education. I just listened to everybody, and most people, it's fair to say, spoke Russian or former Russian. So I learned Russian, not Ukrainian first. So I am a Ukrainian soldier from East Ukraine who speaks Russian.
It's all
just born in London.
From
Yeah.
eastern part.
Yeah, so when Putin gives his narrative about saving the Russian speakers, I was a Russian speaker from East Ukraine. He didn't save me or my wife or my friends.
Exactly.
He stole my house.
The same as me and all my family and all my friends.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
so much ridiculous.
rubbish. Yeah, it's garbage. So I literally transferred to the Marines, where by the time I got to the Marines, my language had got a little bit better. I wasn't fluent. I can't read or essentially write Ukrainian, but essentially I could get by on the front lines talking to the guy speaking Russian. And by the end of it, Rusglish, because by the time I got to the unit and the Marines, not many people spoke English. But by the time we did our first operation, 9 months on the front line, and people, would come up to me and say, "Shaun, what would you like for dinner? Would you like chicken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we developed this language over time. And when I first got to the Marines, generally people were, why are these guys here? Why are the English guys turning?
I remember the situation when I was in barracks of our battalion. And my commander of my company was duty officer of the base, and that was like Friday, like end of the working day. I was relaxed, and then my commander of my company just called me and said, like, come to the entrance fee of the base. And I was like, what is going on? What happened? I came, and he said, like, you speak English, right? I said, yes. Okay, great. Here's the guy. He speaks English. He wants something I don't understand. Like, speak to him. I was like, okay, no problems. And I've seen the guy who was like, he represented himself, and I said, like, yes, okay, very good. So further, what is going on? And he said, I came from England. I want to serve in the battalion. And I was like, what? No one even in Ukraine wants to serve in this battalion. Like, man.
Yeah.
And you from England, well, we knew that in Britain you got your own marine troops, and they are like super human.
Yeah,
and they
very strong.
Very strong operations, strong ammunition, strong salary, everything is strong. And now this guy is coming from England here. Like, well, I was so much surprised. We organize it because due to the law officially in Ukraine, foreigners can serve in Ukrainian army.
Yeah,
no problems. And then we've seen like more English speakers started to come, and we thought, like, with the guys, like, this is like, this is a special operation from English. They are coming not just, they just make view that they are fat, that they are weak, but no, these are James Bonds, all of them, and they are superhumans, 100%. This is special operation, Raccoon operation, intelligence, yes. As I remember, the decision of battalion headquarters was to organize all of you guys in one squad of airborne company, because commander of airborne company spoke English.
And this the pinnacle of battalion, the top part of the battalion. They say, you will parachute. I think, I'm 45. With my hips and my knees just hold out. And I was thinking, Azov had made me really fit for my age, so I was happy with my fitness. I needed to,
but you didn't want to jump.
Didn't know how this was going to go. And once I do my parachute training, and I do my first jump, you couldn't stop me from coming. Every time they say, you want to go parachute? I say, yep, definitely, yeah.
So it
Can I
works
do
like
another
that.
one?
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I was going because I was a volunteer. I joined to the army by my own, and first of all, I wanted to join to the airborne company because I heard that they are like the most strong and crazy and the most disciplined guys in whole army. Like but I don't know how that happened. But I joined to the second company, Instructor company of our battalion. And I was really glad after I've seen battalion, I've seen what is going on in that airborne company, and I thought like, oh, thanks God.
My God, it's
Thanks God I'm in the second company.
Rudenko was a good commander, and he, like you said, spoke English, took us in, and we made very good friends. We did everything you asked us to do. We knew. We even trying to learn how to march Ukrainian march and salute and the etiquette, the protocol. On operations, we didn't have a problem. We knew tactics, we knew how to use hardware. I'd spent 9 years in the British Army learning how to fight Russians. This was easy. Living in the barracks and the base was very hard because you have Ukrainian standards, Ukrainian writing, Ukrainian instruction. This was extremely hard. So I liked going on operations and the war side of it. I did. I wasn't so keen on being in the base. The base wasn't for me. And they made me Starship Matros very quickly, and then I was doing a section commander role. I for an exercise I ran a BTR. I was BTR commander, and I was thinking, I'm now parachutist. I'm doing Marine berry test. Not just like for a 20-year-old, this going to be easier than a 45-year-old doing the Marine berry test. I found I passed this. I think, well, this is amazing. I'm now a Marine. I'm now airborne Marine.
Yes.
And now I'm fast roping, parachuting. I loved it.
This is the thing in Ukraine Marine troops. Like I think in Marines all over the world. In case you are a Mariner, you are everyone. You have a fighting vehicle. You command it. You have all the types of weapon. You are making these parachutes and everything what is possible. So this is probably one of the greatest experience in army. That's why so many people try to join Marine infantry.
Yeah. In English military, it's very hard to get parachute course. So when they say you want to do in the Marine,
and in your battalion you do this yearly, minimum 5 times.
Minimum 5-6 times. Sometimes you do 2 jumps in one day.
I know the situation because in airborne companies of Marine Infantry of Ukraine, people who are making this parachute jumping, they are fans of it, and they try to make it as much as it possible yearly, and even they try to make jumps instead of helicopter pilots because they have to do it as well. So they make not 5 jumps, they make just 8-9 jumps yearly, and they serve during 15 years. And I know that even in United States, in case you have 15-16 jumps during all your military career, that means you are truly professional. And when they get to military trainings with our airborne company, and they spoke to our guys like, how many jumps do you have? And they were like, well, 120. Like, what? That is true. It's true. Yes, that's how it works.
In my 3 years, I did 9 jumps, 1 night jump, which I thought was amazing. I was the only British guy, foreigner, to complete a night jump
during one night. Can you imagine?
So I got my wings because you have the white one for day jumps and you have the black one for night jumps, and I was the only one to have the black canopy for the night jumps, and I was very proud to be a Ukrainian. Even now, I argue with media. They say, "Oh, you foreign fighter." No, I'm Ukrainian Marine. I said, we don't say this, Gurkhas. We don't say this for the people from Nepal who fight for Britain, the Gurkhas. We don't call them foreign fighters. They're British soldiers.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Why am I a foreign fighter? I'm not jihadi.
Yeah.
and we still fight this Russian
This is not
narrative.
some kind of an international legion or whatever. This is a regular troop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you were a soldier of a regular troop.
Not PMC, not
Yes.
paramilitary. It's
Exactly.
regular army.
Exactly, yeah.
Navy, Marines. So I loved it, and I loved being on operations, and I loved working with the Ukrainian military. And then I was back doing a job I loved that I missed every day. So I'm immensely grateful that I had a second chance to be in the military, which is what I loved. And I missed it so much, and I miss it now since my exchange. So I've always loved it. So I'm deeply thankful for the 1st Battalion for allowing me, training me, having an idiot English guy who can't speak the language to now 3 years being in Mariupol and fighting with you guys there. So
as a Ukrainian soldier, veteran, I would like to ask you, this is the main question for all the Ukrainian soldiers to someone who came abroad. What is the difference? What maybe, I don't know, we say this, cut your eye in Ukrainian army because you got an experience, you served in British army. And British army is not the worst one in NATO. Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the best, and now you joined the Ukrainian army, and you been not just in military training, but in operations in the true war. So what can you say? What is your feeling about it? What is the main difference? What would you like to say about it?
It is different. There's 2 or 3 aspects to it. One is I joined the Ukrainian military at the right time, because you were moving away from Soviet doctrine. And I'd spent 2 years in National Guard and Azov teaching Ukrainian soldiers how to move away from this Soviet doctrine, centralized command. And I came to a unit where they were open to this. My Commander Starachachuk was a very good English speaker, very American, understood NATO. Rudenko was the company commander. He'd been to Quantico, so I was with guys who understood other militaries.
The difference.
They weren't guys that didn't understand. They were Soviet doctrine guys. They weren't guys that hadn't been out of Ukraine. They were guys that actually had worked and understood other militaries. So that made life extremely easy to train, talk. I wouldn't say train, but influence. I wasn't in a position to train people at the Marines. I was a Stashi Matros. And over time, my experience in operations was where I could influence decisions, where my commander would come to me and ask me, what do I think about this? And what do I think about that? And what should we do about this? And we could bring training programs together.
So that was in Ukrainian army?
That was in Ukrainian military, but that took time.
In British army, is that the same way? Or
yes. There's more. When I first come to Ukraine, there was really no emphasis on NCOs, sergeants, corporals. There was none of that. The platoon commander did everything. He was the guy that did the training. He looked after everything. He made sure everyone was okay. He was the guy that, organized the battlefield, the structure, the section attacks, the company attack. He did everything. Yes. By the time 2022 come, we had worked with Seabreeze, the Brits, the Americans, the Swedes.
Yeah, and officers
things were changing.
Saw that sergeants can make the great job as well.
Corporals even could make section commanders. And so I was at a really good time where I watched this transition of this Soviet doctrine military, where they were looking on using electrical items to get from A to B. And there was too much reliance on this Google Maps and things like this, And I was saying, by the time, 2022 come, we'd moved away from this centralized command to other more reliance on sergeants and corporals to be able to make those decisions and give a task. For example, in the Soviet doctrine, the commander would say, we're going to take this hill, but we're going to do it my way, and this is what you are going to do, and you're going to go there, you're going to go there, Now it was more like by 2022 it was like tell the section commander or the sergeant what you want to do, and he makes it happen. And they have their own right. We're going to take this beat. We'll do it this way, and that's where we were moving towards before the full-scale invasion. And the British Army is very much like that decentralized command. Yes, we have good equipment, but we're very small. The army's quite similar in a way, and I kept telling the Ukrainians, they were going, "Oh, your army must be so different." I said, no, it's still the same in the front lines. We still grumble, and we still say the food's crap, and and we're digging holes, and and we still moan and groan, and we're still the same. And
I would say this is probably even good.
It's identical
due to the reality of the war of the front line. That is better to be like that.
Everybody complain about digging until artillery come.
Exactly.
And then they dig with their eyelids like this. They are digging until the artillery comes. So there's lots of similarities between the British Army and the Ukrainian military. And if you're talking about bonding and building brotherhood, if you can cook and you can look after yourself and you can educate people. I knew more about Russian mines, Mon 50s, Mon 100s, TMH, PMM mines. I knew more than most of the guys in my platoon. So, I was teaching them about signal mins, signal flares, how to lay Rastashka. They did not know any of this. So automatically, even though I'm British, I might be bad in base and KPP and Guard.
But you're still good in war.
In the war, I can hold my own. And that's the difference. And I think once we learn a language, we passed parachuting, we did the beret test. I think then we were not Ukrainian as such, because we have joke. He said, I cook a Ukrainian Borscht to one of my friends. He said, Shaun, this is not Ukrainian Borscht because you are British.
It can be British Borscht.
It's British Borscht. So we have this humor. But I was like 50%, 60%, jumping, and a Ukrainian soldier, which I was very proud of,
Of course, Platoon is the family.
Platoon is the family, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Speaking about artillery, which comes for you, in case you are Mariner, this day will happen. Yeah. So tell me, please, because there is a big difference between the operations we did with our battalion till the moment of 2022 and after. So Mariupol operation, you made it from the very beginning till the very end, the same as me. Tell me about your expressions, because you've been to Bosnia, you've been to a great amount of military training, much more than me, than I did. But Mariupol operation is something special. Like,
I mean, war now is changed. To be fair, it's even war now is not what it was in 2022 because of drone advancements. I mean, the war is changing immensely fast, and drones are now the new everything. I mean, they're the sniper, they're the mortars, they're the artillery, they're the reconnaissance, they're everything to do with the front line. When I first joined the army, we didn't even have mobile phones. This is how long, over 30
you are
years.
A dinosaur.
So we didn't have mobile phones when I joined the military. So it's very, I've watched this evolution over many years. So when we got to, when I fought with the British Army, we didn't fight the Russians, who have a very good military, very good air superiority.
This is a big difference between Afghanish Taliban and Russian army, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
When you send just 2 mines to that side, to Afghanish guys, and they send you a couple of shots from, I don't know, Deshaka, like this machine gun. And in case with the Russians, you send 2 mines to them, and from that side they send something a little bit less than automatic bomb. Like, you don't even know what was
we're exchanging all this,
yes.
and it was so different, and the technology changed. Then the drones had thermal, and then we see Russian drones flying over, and you're thinking this not, and I use the word separatist, but this not separatist.
No.
This now Russian military, and the news come see me and say, Shaun, what do you think will happen? Everybody says maybe 3 days. And I say, no, we will give them a bloody nose, that's for sure. And the journalist off the camera say, do you really think you're going to give them a bloody nose? I say, I don't know, it's bloody Russia. It's not ISIS. It's not the Taliban. This is nobody knows how this is going to go.
Exactly.
So
I remember my friend, and you know him also, Artur Kolesnik, Колесо.
Yeah.
He had such experience. He said, I was in the field when another battle, fifth battle from the very beginning of full-scale invasion, something like that, the second day, and he was together, two mariners in the field, and they were just holding the position, and they heard some zzz, and they saw this drone above the head, and he said, hey, look, this is the drone, maybe they will send some artillery here. And another guy said, like, oh, come on, like, there are just two of us here in the field, they will not spend the ammunition for that. And what do you think? In 30 seconds, like, Grad, two plates, like, I don't know how many, like 80 probably rockets to two soldiers. Like, are you serious?
This was really something I witnessed through Mariupol, how bad the Russians were at ammunition conservation, and how they would quite happily just fire mortars into Mariupol and not bracket, change the, they would fire 10 mortars in the same place. Yes. No adjusting or bracketing. It was just like somebody was going, and they're thinking, oh, we're going to die here. We're going to die here. And the next one to hit the same place. Next one to hit the same. They're not hitting anything. It's just, and I just think, this is crazy.
Yes, they don't count
crazy.
Anything. They don't count down ammunition. They don't count people. They don't count weapon. They don't count anything. In case they need something to destroy, they will destroy it completely.
Yeah, and they'll use like Grad to hit, 2 guys in the field. And you just go, that's just crazy.
Exactly, like two soldiers. This is amazing. Like, well, in case you know that these are 2 generals, that is acceptable, but 2 mariners, no, this is ridiculous. But still, they did it, and I wouldn't be surprised in case they would see that they are still alive, and they would send aircraft jet to bomb them. Yes, for sure. Like, it
was something I they would do the same when they were trying to get into the steelworks. They would send 8 guys and then fail, and then send same route in, send 20 guys, fail. Send 30 guys. Let's do the same thing again, and you're all just sitting ready to go. And it's like they're coming in again, and you cannot
believe that they are coming. Like, seriously, guys, here are these dead bodies. They didn't manage. Why do you think that you will? No,
it's okay. We'll just send the
20 is not enough. 40.
40.
No, 40. 80.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, I couldn't, when I talk to militaries, because I talk to NATO militaries about operating in Ukraine and about captivity, and I talk to them now, and I talk to them about what was happening, and it's so obvious why they haven't moved very far, lost in Kiev, and still can't really make small gains at the expense of 1 million Russian soldiers casualties now. And it's so obvious why, because they're so badly trained, centralized command, don't understand the situation they're going in.
They are not interested in the situation.
No,
they don't even try to get in. No. They just
bomb everything,
and that's it.
Within a radius, and then send in a few.
In case you see this, the way from Mariupol to Pokrovsk, all the cities. Even in case you will try to find it in the Google Maps and try to make a research, you will see that everything is destroyed. So they don't just. This is the way they operate it.
Yeah,
they just
destroy everything,
and that's it. Yeah, they are fine.
That's okay. And there was no pattern to the bombing in Mariupol either. I mean, they would hit the steelworks, And then there was no power in Illich. We had no, all the electric lines were dead.
Yeah.
For some reason, the planes would come in and take out a pylon, electric pylon, the electric tower. And you'd go, why did he just shoot that? There's no electric. He's just taken out with his missiles an electric.
Do you remember there was in Mariupol monument of tank?
Yeah.
What did they do? They were bombing the
monument. Yeah,
during the months.
We laughed. I mean, it was very emotional, very dangerous, very chaotic. I use many adjectives, but it was a time. I mean, it's very emotional. We lost so many people through the bombing, but some of the things we talk about now is a coping mechanism to deal with what we see, and some of it was just bizarre. Yeah. Some of it was crazy, and I still, when I talk to NATO troops now, I tell some stories, and really
they don't.
They can't believe it.
I remember that barracks on the factory Ilicha where we were. And where was the battalion headquarters, there was a clock, big clock. And each hour, some Russian tank just came because he saw he was shooting like each hour, just reminding us that it's 2 p.m., like 3 p.m.
This is crazy.
And there was no sense in it, but he didn't care. Well, okay, I will send like 24 shots during the day. Well, no problems. Tomorrow I'll get 48 because I'm run off. Okay, no problems. Twice more.
Yeah.
That's how it works in case you fight with Russians.
It was my first experience of Grad too. So Grad was something I didn't particularly like. I'd not been graded before, and I don't particularly like Grad. Happiest is another one I don't particularly like because unless you hear the pop, you can't hear it come through. All you hear is as they come in, mini Grad. So I didn't particularly like that. And the first time in my military career, I'm now the Taliban. I'm now ISIS. I'm now guy in flip-flops.
This is this is the thing. As the professional military, I used to see all the military films in United States, in Britain, in Russia, Ukraine, everything about war. And I someday, probably at the end of March in Mariupol, I recognized that I don't know, I have never seen such film where main actors, some company, would be bombed and try to execute like so hard, even in case you watched some film, tank probably is the worst. What can happen to the main actors, but in our case, tank was the minimum.
It was minimum. You have 2 or 3 hours of artillery, aircraft, and then maybe infantry,
MLRS, and everything. You got everything.
And you just sit there going, oh, and then suddenly your infantry, maybe 30 guys come in. You'd have a firefight, maybe. In the end, they stopped firefights. They just bombed. Just in the end, they stopped coming in, and
this is like a break for a cup of tea or coffee.
Infantry comes, so we will not get bombed now. So this is
good.
This is brilliant. We got a break. It was just, but it was like I can't remember sleeping for 7 weeks. I can't remember sleeping from Pavlopil all the way back through Mariupol. I cannot remember where I slept at all. So by the time I was captured, I was thankful for the sleep. To be honest.
Remember, but I was sleeping like I sat in some dot. And that's it. I was run out of power, energy, and I just got slept. And no matter about this grads, I didn't react on it because, in case this is the 15th time they tried to bomb us by grads and nothing happens. I don't think that something will happen in case they will make it again.
It's surprising what you get used to.
Yes, exactly.
And you get used to, which is crazy. People don't understand that sometimes you just get used to the grad and the artillery coming in, and it's scary stuff.
Yes. Okay, so Going further, after the Mariupol, the greatest experience, well, for me, that was like that because I couldn't even believe that. Well, first year you say that Mariupol was worse, still worse than the Captivity. But the second year I said that no, Captivity is worse than the Mariupol, and I couldn't even imagine that something can be worse.
Yeah.
But still, it happened. So.
For me, the Mariupol was worse because we were losing friends, people were injured. We didn't know. I understood that the encirclement was 200 kilometers deep. We were on our own, so I could prep for to maybe that we would try and break out of Mariupol. And I was sort of saying to people that we're probably going to leave soon. And that was when my training sort of really kicked in. And I thought any point now in April where somebody's going to say, that's it, it's over. And now it's every man for himself. So I was ready to go by the time we did try and break out of Mariupol. I was never going to surrender. I was always going to try and break out because I'm British, for one thing. I didn't want to get captured.
Yes.
So I was never going to surrender. And then essentially I'd had training. So I felt quite confident that I could get out. I knew my home was Mariupol. I had a house in the left bank. My wife and I lived in Mariupol. I was now defending my city that I'd lived in for 5 years before the full-scale invasion. So this was like my home. So I knew the area. I thought, I thought we could probably get out, break the first line, and then we would have a bit of space to maybe get moving towards friendly lines. And I felt quite confident that we could do that. Even me being 46, 47 with the Russian army chasing me, I thought when we actually broke out, I felt quite good. I was like, thank God we're out of there. We'd done all we could have done. We couldn't have done any more. There was just nothing left. No food, very little ammunition. We'd been doing it for 6 weeks. It was just, I was glad that when they said, we're going to go. And I was thinking, great, let's move. We can't do any more here. So I felt quite confident. And my training, I would already prepared my equipment. Like I'd started getting my debit cards, my credit cards, snapping them because I thought if I get captured, they're just going to take me to an ATM.
We did the same. We broke all the mobile phones, all the computers, all the radio stations, all archers, televisions, everything what could be broken. All the javelins, everything we broke. And I even remember because Archer, this for the snipers, and when we surrendered. And they started to make a research, like what we left for them. And so some sniper, I think that he was the sniper, he found this broken archer, and he came to us. There were 100 of us soldiers, and he was like, who broke it? Who did it? Because in their army, they have never seen this, and he was hoping he can use it, but it was broken, and he was so angry, like, who did it? And I thought, oh my God, he's gonna kill us for this.
We got ambushed on the way out because I was on the edge of Ilija. So we actually got ambushed on the way out, and I lost my platoon because it was about 3:00 in the morning when we tried to break out, and it was dark. And the day before was great because there was tuman, fog, and I thought,
I was watching this fog so many times, and I thought, just leave it, just take everything and go right now. This is your chance. But I couldn't, in case you are with some group, you stay with the group, and you cannot do anything with it.
Yeah, it's great. And then the next day, sun, blue sky. Yes. And I was thinking,
and the order that hold your own, go wherever you want. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Why didn't you say this yesterday? Yeah.
This is the question of the military warriors from your commanders. Yeah,
they've got to wait for somebody
Yeah.
to say, "Yep, go." But I mean, I got captured. I didn't want to get captured. I had a plan. If I was captured, that I would surrender to a Russian officer. I didn't. I got captured by Donetsk People's Republic, DPR, and I was captured about 2 hours outside of Mariupol, which was. I thought I'd got through that first line, and literally I was working my way through buildings because the drones were a problem. So I couldn't walk through the day outside because the drones would see me. So I tried to stay in the buildings, and then I was worried about what Ukrainian defenses were in those buildings. So that's slow. I was looking through doors, looking for tripwires, and I was thinking I've got to be really careful going through the buildings. It'd take me 2 hours to get maybe 200 meters. You know, it was like
this is the thing that I saw it, and I could understand the same, that you cannot just walk. Even if you walk this 180 kilometers, it will take you a week, more than a week.
Yeah.
Just to walk,
you do the math.
without water, without food, without anything, injured guys. What would you do with that?
I was working the math.
Yes.
I was going, if we're going to do this way, 200 kilometers, I'm probably doing 1 mile an hour, if that. And I said, oh my God, that's going to take like 15 days. And I was like,
Life did not prepare me as well.
Oh my
City
God.
course was really good, but not so
now
good.
I'm
but
like Bravo 20 Special Forces doing escape and evasion. And it's like, oh my God, it's like everything. I was thinking, where water was the biggest problem. We had no water.
Where will you find it?
Thinking back to my training, rivers, plastic bottles, evaporation. I was thinking, well, damn, we got to find some water.
This is the thing. A lot of guys relied on the river, but I know that a lot of guys were killed there. By Russians, because Russians are not so much stupid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are some questions to the IQ level, but not so big questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, they realized that, and I know that I've seen the photos. A lot of our guys were simply killed there. So we are pretty much lucky that we surrendered. I found an officer and made the negotiations. That saved us, because I've seen our guys who tried to surrender to Russian soldiers, some machine gunners. They tried to kill them. They didn't manage that, but they tried. They didn't even want to speak with them. And I was lucky to find a contact with because we got some Russian guy captured in our factory, Agla Fabrika, if you remember that. And we found a contact with his commander, and I made the negotiations. But if not this guy, if not this officer, I don't know what would happen to us.
Yeah, well, I didn't have that luck. They shot a bullet over my shoulder, and then I had to negotiate the surrender, and then I had to walk 30 meters to them and trust they weren't going to shoot me. And at that point, my war changed. I couldn't run, I couldn't get round them. It was broad daylight. And that's when they started to, I realized that I'd been captured by Donetsk People's Republic, because they have this different color band, and they look bad soldiers. They had 3 different types of cheap soldiers, 3 different types of camouflage.
Yeah, you remember this, our first Mariners in the combat mission. We were like from the movie stuff. Everyone multi-cap. No one were the pixel. If you are in the pixel, that means like you got no money. Like you play casino probably or something like that.
And I was like with my Garmin watch and lower boots and I think, oh no. I look like Special Forces guy now, and then I'm going to get captured. And I think, oh no. And then they beat me, and then they take me to commander of the position, and they put the bag over your head, and then they...
This is a good sign.
And then they tell me, you're English? Yes, I'm English. I say, don't shoot in my best Russian. I'd say, don't shoot, I'm English. And then I say in English, don't shoot, I'm English. So they take me to this commander, and then once they tie me up, then they start to beat me, and only for a small time. It wasn't too bad, but then the Russians came. Straight away they came, and I was made. They took my hood off, checked my passport, my army ID against my face, and then suddenly this guy comes out with a knife and just stabs me right in the leg. And I think I was screaming. I just thought, that's it. I was like, that's it, it's over. And then he came along and got this T-shirt, this old dirty blue T-shirt, put it onto my leg,
Special.
and then sellotaped it.
On purpose, just to make it lean. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want me to run anywhere. So he just...
Can you just, this is the thing even I've seen in Sartana when they get all captivities, they were asking like who you are and etc. In Sartana, they didn't beat us, but they already beat all the English speakers.
Yeah,
they got.
Yeah.
And to Olenivka, when we got there, English speakers were not there at all. I haven't seen them. They were in some, you were in some other place. So the thing is, in case they didn't beat us, English speakers, they already did. In case they beat up us in some place, at the same time, English speaker they got something even worse, even much worse. And this is the thing I try to explain all the foreigners, that English speakers, like for Russians, you are not Englishman or American. They don't care. They are like Anglo-Saxon.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah,
you are Anglo-Saxon.
If I didn't hear Anglo-Saxon,
you are natural enemy of Russians. For them, it's no matter Australian, American, Canadian, British man, Irishman. No man. You speak English. You are an enemy, and you have to be beaten. You have to be electrocuted, executed, and etc.
Yeah. And that's pretty. You've nailed it. I mean, it was pretty much. I was electrocuted next. They put little paddles on my fingers and then strapped me in, and then electrocuted, and you hear that tick, 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 and you get electrocuted. And then they would beat you, and then they would kick you where they stabbed me in the leg. They would kick and punch
with
the
batons.
Yeah, there's this, we called it the Black Mamba.
Yeah,
there's this thing that they just batter you with. And then
but
some
the plastic tube was even worse, I think.
I didn't have that. Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
But still, you got a lot of bad things and all these tortures, and that is really horrible.
It is. So we have psychological torture as well as physical torture,
because they are so good at it. I always say that. Well, look, we've been in prison, Russian prison, which is. It used to be made in times of Russian Empire, of Yekaterina. And the thing is that the history of some Russian prisons are even longer than the history of some independent countries.
Yeah.
Which exists nowadays.
It's systemic. It's
Can you imagine? Like we've been in Mordva, in a village Udarnaya, and we got the prison there, prison and the village next to the prison. And just think about, like, you got two choices: or you are a farmer, or you want to work. You want to work, go to the prison. So the guy who is Guardia, he is a Guardia. His father used to be guard in this prison. His grandpa, the grandpa of the grandpa, and can you imagine like how much professional is he? Yeah,
there was no. I mean, the scariest part was the volatility of the guards. We didn't know, they had no training, so every guard wanted to be this FSB investigator, interrogator, and it was just horrible. And it was just they were stupid. We call them the English and the Americans. We call them red monkeys, and that's because they were just stupid. And we'd refer to them as a bloody red monkey.
He made view he's a special force, but in case you speak with him about weapon, you can discover that he knows nothing.
He knows nothing at all. He doesn't even know how to.
Says, for Spetsnaz and start to beat you up, for our guys.
And he's like a big guy.
Yes, and well, for the Spetsnaz, if you want to make a revenge, here's the front line on the west side. Well, why you are not there? Why are you here?
Yeah.
And he said like, they said like, they don't let us to go there. And I was like, oh, come on, man, you can say this to your grandma probably, but not to me. I know how it works. In case you make a report, asking you to send you to the front line, they will send you next day. Just make this letter. And they were like, they don't they do not send us.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
lucky.
yeah.
In case they would send us, the war would be finished already.
Oh yeah, full of yeah. We had all that. They kept saying, "Oh, you're James Bond, you're SAS," and I said, "No, I am. It's Doshi Matros."
They truly believe that you are the best friend of Boris Johnson, or something like that.
Pretty much. So why are you in Mariupol? My wife's from Mariupol. I've lived here for. You don't live here. You're from England. Yeah, I know, but and you repeat yourself. My wife is Ukrainian. I've lived in Mariupol. I've been a Marine for 3 years. No, you are Nyomnik. You are mercenary. You are James Bond. And I said, well, it was just you just go around the same circle. And then they do this in front of media. They pull you to the media, and you have to sit there.
Like this monkey,
Yeah, the guy who just electrocute you, beat you, is standing behind the camera.
Yes, and listening what I use.
What do you say? And if you don't say the right things, you're going back to the prison, and you'll get.
Of course, when I got back from the Russian captivity, and I've seen this YouTube channel where some Ukrainian reporter speaks to these Russian soldiers who were captured and they are in Ukraine. I've seen some of interviews there, and I was shocked and angry. I switched off that because I listened what they said, and in case I would speak with the Russian journalist in Russian prison in such way, I wouldn't come back home. Well, at least if in case I would come back without teeth and tongue.
Cut your ears off.
Exactly, yes. And this is not a joke because they wouldn't let to be so like independent,
No.
too much. Okay, we are out of time, unfortunately, but I have one question, last one.
Okay.
You are British man, basically, and from London, and you live in Ukraine so long, and you've seen the war here, you've seen the reaction of Ukrainian people. I'm interested in because we just in Ukraine we consider that in Europe people are not ready psychologically, morally, to have such war on their land against Russians. Also, I don't know, against anyone, but Russia is the biggest threat, obviously. And what would you say, for example, in Britain, in case that will happen to Great Britain, someone will try to involve, for example, Russian Federation, and what would be the reaction of the society, because you've seen the reaction of Ukrainian society from the very full-scale invasion, and you got some feelings about it. You can make some comparison.
Well, the reason I wrote my book was because the Russians formed a narrative of me while I was in captivity. So I wanted to write a book to warn people about what Russia's like. I mean, people say, "What were you feeling when you came home?" And I said, after some days, I was feeling angry. Because you go through the footage, you look on your phone, on YouTube, you see what people say, and you just go, that didn't happen like that. I'm not a Nazi and a mercenary and a terrorist. I never left the country I had legal residency in. So I had to explain, and I felt obligated to really start warning countries what Russia's really like. What's really going on. I mean, I think I started that in Mariupol because I was blogging and talking to the media and telling them what was happening, that the Russians were bombing schools. And
Russians were thankful for that.
I got the scars to prove it. Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky I'm home. I was lucky I was exchanged because many of our guys, one British guy was beaten in prison to death, and
and
he was with us.
Not the only case in Russian captivity.
Lots of cases.
The guy from my position, one of my friends from my platoon, unfortunately the same, that is regular in Russian captivity. Some percentage are simply killed, and they are not like shoot, but they are bitten so much that they just die.
Absolutely,
this is the reality.
And it's I now have a platform to tell people about the atrocities that were committed, and I have a voice, and it stands. I didn't know, but my voice stands above the Ukrainians because I'm from Britain, because I could talk to the British press and the Americans, and I'm a former British serviceman, and you know, I watched Russia come into Mariupol, and even now Russia is saying we didn't start this war, we're not doing these atrocities. Hold on a minute, you just came in. You've stolen my house, you've tortured me, you've given me the death penalty. It's my job to tell people what actually happened in Mariupol. And
I'm surprised that there are some people who
believe this.
You have to explain themselves.
Yeah.
For them, this is not obvious. That in case someone involves your territory and destroys your home and take you to the prison, to some hole, I don't know, that is illegal, and that is irrational, and that is a crime. Well, someone doesn't understand like how that
and
happens.
they don't. And part of that is explaining to people through the book, through now a film that's being made, and documentaries and interviews, to really tell people, especially in America, who don't really understand what this is about, to tell them essentially there's a lot of support for Ukraine in Great Britain, which
we know this, we can feel it.
But more so in America, to be able to tell them and fight those Russian narratives about, you know, their reasons, their principles for invading Ukraine, and you know, to actually someone who's English, who is married to Ukrainian, who lived in Mariupol, who had his life in Ukraine, to be able to talk about those Russian atrocities is to give Europe warning, to talk to them about what's actually like on the front lines, so that people can get ready for what's coming, because Putin's not going to stop. He's going to keep going. And then if he wins in Ukraine, he's going to forcibly conscript all the fighting areas, and you will be fighting for Russia.
Well, I will not, because I know what I'm gonna do in that case. But I
Partisans
know that the guy whom we captured in Mariupol was from Donetsk, and I've seen his document. He was mobilized in 2 weeks before in Donetsk.
Yeah.
And I know how it works.
And they will turn this forcible conscripted fighting age males onto Europe if they succeeded. So this war needs to be finished here.
I would say that they, in the captivity, they were angry for us Ukrainians so much, because they were angry indeed because we didn't let them to go further. They considered that they will finish in 2 weeks, and they will go further.
We'll kill you in the name of peace.
Yes,
we take your house in the name of peace.
Of course,
you are our brothers. I'm sure we are. Yeah. No, it's not. It's imperialism, and it needs to be stopped here. But you know, we hope that Trump's 50-50 with me. I hope that America. There's a lot of support for Ukraine in America. We speak to a lot through the media, and we hope that they will support Ukraine better than they are doing at the moment.
Of course.
All
of us.
All of us hope.
Okay, thank you very much, Shaun.
It's really good. My pleasure.
Thank you. The great experience for me, and finally I meet you
again.
Thank you very much, and see you further.
Hello, and thank you for listening to another episode of the Ukraine Military History Podcast. I hope that you enjoyed this episode today. And if you did, please like, comment, and share on wherever you're viewing or listening to this podcast. Whether if you're on YouTube, please leave comments and share and subscribe to our channel. If you're listening to this on the podcast apps, please download us, subscribe to us so you get notified as every new episode when it comes out. It will go straight to your inbox. You can also go to our website, sign up for our email list to be notified of future initiatives of the Ukrainian Military History Institute, future episodes as they come out, and also some events that we run here in Kiev for the community. Borderlands Foundation has some community meetups. So if any of those things are interesting to you, please sign up for our email list. And then finally, this is funded by the Borderlands Group. It's a consultancy that I run that helps Ukrainian foreign companies, military companies, Ukrainian companies that are trying to grow their business, get feedback from their products from frontline units, and develop their products for the battlefield so that they're useful for both Ukraine but also other countries that want to use their military technology products. So if you'd like to learn more about what we do, whether it's getting in touch with Rob or other members of the podcast to write reports or advise you, whether you're a military, a government that wants to understand what's going on in the war in Ukraine for your own national security, or if you'd like to work as a military technology company inside Ukraine and learn from and develop your technology here, please go to the Borderlands Group website. Leave us a message. We'll be in touch and see how we can help you learn from and contribute to Ukraine's victory here in this war.